Dear students, today we are going to discuss the topics. First one is the relation between electric field and potential, and next one some problems related to field and potential, then equipotential surface, then properties of equipotential surface and equipotential surface for various charge distribution. Okay, so we first of all will see the relation between field and potential. So for that we are considering a positive charge plus Q at O, and we are considering 2 points A and B in such a way that the separation between A and B is given dr. The A and B are very much closer, okay, and the separation between A and B is dr, and the direction of electric field is shown, it is away from the charge. Now if we want to take a small positive test charge from A to B, we want to take a Q0, small amount of Q0 positive test charge from A to B. So work should be done against the electric field. Why? Electric field is in this direction, opposite to the direction of displacement. No. So what's the formula to find work done? Work done is equal to F dot dr. No. And force is given by Q0 into E, because Q0 is the test charge that to be taken from A to B. Okay. Now, what is the angle between force and displacement? The angle between force and displacement is 180 degree. That is clear, no? Now we can write the formula of work done. Work done is equal to F dot dr. So F dr cos theta. Cos theta is cos 180. Now force can be written as Q0 into E. Cos 180 is minus 1. So that you will get the expression of work done as minus E into dr into Q0. Now again we can write work done is equal to charge into potential difference. No. From in the same chapter we discussed, the beginning of the chapter we discussed, no, potential difference is work per unit charge, or work done can be written as charge into potential difference. So here what's the potential difference? V plus dV minus V, which is equal to dV into Q0. Charge is Q0. So if you compare, both are the work done. No. Both are the work done to take the charge from A to B. So both can be equated. So if you equate both, Q0 will get cancelled, so that you will get the expression of electric field as minus dV by dr. So if any quantity varies with distance, we will say it as gradient. So here we can say electric field as the negative gradient of potential, or we can say negative of the potential gradient. So the significance of negative sign is that it shows that the direction of the electric field is in the direction of decreasing potential. Direction of electric field is in the direction of decreasing potential. So here in this diagram also you can see that in which point potential is more. Potential is more at B and less at A in the case of positive charge in this diagram. So here we can say what's the direction of electric field? Electric field is in the direction of decreasing potential, because electric field is in the direction of B to A, away from the charge. Is it clear? Okay. So when you are solving problems, no need of putting that negative sign. You can write it as E is equal to potential difference divided by distance. Why? No need of bothering about negative sign. Negative sign only to show that the direction of electric field is in the direction of decreasing potential. Okay. Now we will discuss one or two problems. So first problem, find the electric field between two metal plates 3 millimeter apart connected to 12 volt battery. Now you can pause the video and you can note down the problem, and you can try to solve by yourself. Here potential difference is given, distance is given, you have to find the electric field. So you can use the formula E is equal to V by D. You can substitute those values. Millimeter should be converted into meter, and you will get the unit as, we will get the value as 4000, and unit is volt per meter. From this definition of electric field only, we are writing the unit as volt per meter. You can see E is equal to V by D. What's the unit of potential difference? Potential difference unit is V and distance unit is meter. So that you will get the unit of electric field as volt per meter. So in the previous chapter I told you, when we discussed about the unit of electric field, one unit is Newton per Coulomb, another unit is volt per meter, that we will discuss later on, like that I told you. So now you might have understood. Okay. Another problem. Calculate the voltage needed to balance an oil drop carrying 10 electrons when located between the plates of a capacitor of 5 mm apart. Given G is equal to 10 meter per second square and mass of the oil drop is 3 into 10 raised to minus 16 kilogram. So here what you have to find? You have to find the voltage needed to balance an oil drop. So how that oil drop will be balanced? By applying voltage. So which are the forces acting? There will be gravity will be acting vertically downwards, and the force due to the electric field should be acting vertically upwards, then only it can be balanced. No. So we can write QE is equal to mg. What's the value of Q? QE is given by 10 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, because it is given that oil drop carrying 10 electrons. Okay. Now electric field is not given. So what to do? Instead of electric field, we can write it as V by D. So Q into V by D is equal to mg. So V can be written as mg into D by Q. You can substitute the value of all those data. Mass is given. What's the value? 3 into 10 raised to minus 16 kilogram. G is given 10 meter per second square. Small d is given. Separation 5 millimeter, 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 10 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. If you substitute, you will get the answer as 9.47 volt. Okay. Now we will discuss about equipotential surface. From the word itself, it is clear that potential is equal. Okay. Potential is equal over the surface. So we can see the definition of potential. Any surface that has same electric potential at every point on it is called an equipotential surface. That definition itself self-explanatory. So here we can say that it is a surface which has electric potential at every point is same. Okay. Now we'll see the properties of equipotential surface. So the first property is that no work is done in moving a test charge over an equipotential surface. So what it says, work done to move a test charge. Work done to move a charge on an equipotential surface is 0. Why? Because potential is same over the equipotential surface. To take a charge from one point to another, what is the formula to find work done? Work done is equal to charge into potential difference. And what is the potential difference between 2 points on an equipotential surface? It is 0. So work done is equal to charge into potential difference. So charge into 0. So you will get it as 0. So we can say that no work is done. Okay. Next one. Electric field is always normal to the equipotential surface at every point. That is a second property. Electric field is always normal to equipotential surface. Now we can consider that if it is not normal, what happens? If electric field is not normal, one component will be there along the tangential direction, and because of this component, what happens? The charge will experience a force, and because of that force, the charges on the surface of the conductor will move, which will result in current. And here we are dealing with the static conditions, electrostatics. Here we are assuming charges are at rest. So electric field should be always normal to the equipotential surface. Is it clear to everyone? Why electric field is normal? If it is not normal, we are assuming the opposite case. If it is not normal, what happens? If it is not normal, a tangential component of electric field will be there. And because of the tangential component, if a charge is kept over the surface, it will experience a force. Because of the force, the charge will move, which will result in current. That is not possible in static condition. So we can say electric field is always normal to the equipotential surface. Third property, equipotential surfaces are closer in the regions of strong field and farther apart in the regions of weak field. That is from the definition only. E is equal to minus dV by dr. So if you are writing dr is equal to minus dV by E, So if dV is constant, we can write dr is inversely proportional to 1 by E. So if electric field is strong, the separation between the equipotential surface will be less, and if electric field is weak, separation between the equipotential surface will be more. And last property, no two equipotential surfaces can intersect. That is clear, because if two equipotential surfaces will intersect, what it shows? At the intersecting point, two potentials are possible. That is not possible by the definition of equipotential surface. Only one value of potential is possible. So equipotential surface will not intersect. Now we'll see different shapes of equipotential surfaces. First one we'll see equipotential surfaces of a positive charge. So positive charge is there. So here you can see that equipotential surfaces are spherical. These arrows shows the electric field lines. Okay, arrows shows the electric field lines, and these spheres, you can see that shows the equipotential surfaces. Is it clear? So if it were negative charge, what you have to do? Similar equipotential surfaces you have to draw, but only one thing is that electric field lines you have to show inward. Now equipotential surfaces of two equal positive charges. So if two equal positive charges are there, you can see the field lines already we discussed, arrows, that no need to tell about that. Equipotential surfaces you can see that with spherical shape. So at some position you can see that in between the charges equipotential surfaces separation is more. So what it shows? The strength of the electric field is less in that region, which means there is repulsion. And at the left side of the one positive charge and right side of another positive charge, you can see that they are closer. Their electric field strength is more in comparison between the places between the charges. Okay. And next one, equipotential surfaces of two equal and opposite point charges. So two equal and opposite point charges means it is nothing but electric dipole only. So in the case of electric dipole, you can see that equipotential surfaces are, what's the difference between this and the previous one? Here you can see that in between the charges, equipotential surfaces are closer. Okay, equipotential surfaces are closer in between the charges, which means strength of electric field is stronger in that region, or there we can say that there is attraction. Is it clear? So you have to draw the diagram. This arrow shows the direction of electric field lines only, and the dotted curves, you can see that dotted spherical shape or whatever it is, that shows the direction, or that shows the equipotential surfaces for that particular charge distribution. And last one, we are going to discuss about equipotential surfaces for a uniform electric field. Uniform electric field means parallel field lines will be there. So equipotential surfaces will be planes which are perpendicular to that electric field. Okay, equipotential surfaces will be planes which are perpendicular to the electric field. Okay, so today we discussed about relation between electric field and potential, equipotential surface, properties of equipotential surface. Then we discussed the equipotential surfaces for various charge distribution, and the properties of equipotential surfaces are very much important. Electric equipotential surface potential is constant everywhere over the equipotential surface. Electric field is always normal to the equipotential surface. No work is done to move a charge from one point to another point on an equipotential surface. Stronger electric field is indicated. How? By the separation between the field lines will be less, and vice versa if potential. Okay, and last one, no two equipotential surface can intersect. Okay, thank you.